Here we have a city math question. Okay, let's go with the information. Tammy picks three sides of a rectangle and adds their length to get 140 centimeter. Gladys picks the three sides of the same rectangle and adds their length to get 100 centimeter. What is the perimeter of the rectangle in centimeter? Okay, first let me draw a rectangle over here. Okay, I've drawn a rectangle, and now let me assume x as the length of the rectangle and y as the width of the rectangle. Okay, now we have to find the perimeter of this rectangle in centimeter. That means we have to add this y, x, y, x. That is, we have to add the lengths of all the four sides. Okay, to get the perimeter of this rectangle, we need the value of x and y. Okay, now let me go to the first information of the question. That is, Tammy picks three sides of a rectangle. And the question does not say whether she picks two lengths and one width, or two widths and one length. Okay, now let me assume that Tammy picks two lengths and one width. Then for Tammy, let me write the stuff over here. For Tammy, we get x positive, y. So she picks two lengths and one width, and she adds their lengths, and she's getting 140 centimeter. So it is equal to 140. And when I combine this x and x, I'm getting 2x positive y equals to 140. Okay, now I take this is equation number 1. Okay, now let me go to Gladys. Let me write the stuff over here. Okay, Gladys also picks three sides for the same rectangle, but when she adds a length, she does not get the same result of what Tammy picks. She gets a different result, 100 centimeter. So Gladys must have picked two widths and one length, because already we have taken two lengths and one width for Tammy, and for Gladys we should not take the same stuff, because the result is not same for both of them. So, but Gladys also picks the three sides of the same rectangle. So she must have picked two widths and one length. So then we get x positive, y. So she picks two widths and one length. She adds the length, and she's getting 100 centimeters. So it must be equal to 100. So when I combine this y and y, I'm getting 2y equals to 100. I take this is equation number 2. Okay, now I have to solve these two equations for x and y. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this first equation as it is, and I multiply the second equation, both sides of the second equation, by -2, so that I'll be able to get for x, eliminate the variable x, and I can solve for y. Okay, now let me take the first equation as it is. So then I'm getting 2x positive y equals to 140. Now I multiply the second equation by -2. So when I multiply both sides of the second equation by -2, so that is I have to multiply each term on the left side by -2, then I'm getting negative 2x. When I multiply this positive 2 by -2, I'm getting negative 4y. When I multiply this 100 by -2, I'm getting negative 200. Okay, so here this positive 2x, negative 2x will cancel out. When I combine this positive y and negative 4y, I'm getting negative 3y. So when I combine this 140 and negative 200, I'm getting negative 60. Okay, now I have to solve for y in this equation. Let me write the equation over here. To solve for y, what I have to do is I have to divide both sides by -3. When I do so, this negative 3 will cancel out. This negative will cancel. 3 goes into 3 one time. 3 goes into 60 20 times. I am getting y equals to 20. Okay, now to solve for x, what I have to do is I have to plug in y is equal to 20 either into the first equation or second equation to solve for x. Okay, now let me plug in y is equal to 20 into the second equation. Then I'm getting, let me write it over here. That is x positive 2 times 20 equals to 100. Then x positive 2 times 20 is 40 equals to 100. Now let me subtract 40 from both sides. When I subtract 40 from both sides, so this 40 will cancel. I'm getting x equals to 60. Okay, now I got the length 60 centimeter and the width 20 centimeter. Okay, let me write the stuff over here. Okay, now to get the perimeter of the rectangle, what I have to do is I have to add the lengths of all the four sides. Okay, first let me add the two lengths over here, then 60 positive 60. Now let me add the two widths 20 and 20. So let me write it over here, 20 positive 20. So 60 positive 60, 120, and 120 positive 20, 140, 140 positive 20, 160. So therefore the perimeter of the rectangle is 160 centimeter. So we find 160 in option D. So the correct answer choice for this question is option D.